Hello everyone, welcome to physics course. Today I'll be talking about what is measurement and units. In these sections I will be covering what is quantity and units, international system of measurement, SI unit, unit and subunit in measuring the length, mass, time and temperatures, and I will also be discussing about the measurement of amount of substance in mole. Let's start. We express different kind of measurement in our daily life. For example, you can say I brought 2 kg of tomato from the market, and this is 2 kg, and I travel 4,000 kilometers from Los Angeles to New York. 4,000 kilometers, and I work for 1 hour. Right? In every measurement, there are two things. One is this is the quantity, and next is the unit. We express everything since quantity and unit. In different country use the different measurement systems for their daily work or daily life, but in scientific world we use the standard unit, which is called International System of Unit, SI unit. And there are 7 basic SI units. Time is measured in second, distance is measured in meter, mass measured in kilogram, current ampere, temperature in Kelvin, amount of substance in mole, and the intensity of the light, candela. So the measurement of length. So measurement of length normally measured in meter, but you can measure the smaller unit to measure the smaller things. For example, if you are measuring the length of the guitar using the meter, okay, my guitar length is 1 meter. But you can say you can use the centimeter to measure the length of the spoon, right? Or you can measure the millimeters to measure the thickness of your ring, 6 millimeter. And even a smaller unit, you can measure the micrometers, 2 micrometers, to measure the diameter of your hair. And even in the very microscopic scale, like the measuring the distance between the hydrogen and oxygen atom in water, you can use nanometer. They are nanometers. So nanometer. So we can convert the one unit to another unit. For example, if you divide the 1 meter in 100, this is 1 meter into the 100 piece, right? And one piece represents the 1 centimeter. This is 1 centimeter. So 1 centimeter equals to 1 part of the 100. 1 part of 100 meter. This can be expressed as like this: 1 negative 2 meter. In the same way, if you divide the meter from the into the thousand part, small part, and one part represents the 1 millimeter, because 1 over thousands. And this equals to 1 10 to negative 3 meter. Okay, similarly micrometers you can express like 1 micrometers 1 micrometer equals to 1 into 10 to the power negative 6 meter. And 1 nanometer means you divide the 1 meter in 1 billionth sections, and 1 section represents the 1 nanometers. That equals to 1 nanometer equals to 1 over 9 meter, which is, so this is the scientific notation of expressing the nanometer. Okay, now we are converting the 1 unit into the another unit, converting the meter to millimeter. If you are 1.3 meter tall, how tall you are in millimeter? So convert that. How can convert the millimeter here? So 1 meter equals to, from this relation, 1 meter is the 1000 millimeter. So the answer will be how tall you are in meter. 1.3 meter equals to 1300 millimeter. So yeah, this is how you, and if your diameter of diameter of the proton is 0.12 nanometer, you have to convert this into the meter. Okay, this is your homework now. Another important measurement is measurement of the mass. We measure the bigger quantity of the mass in the kg, and smaller, like the bowl of rice, like gram, right? And suppose the drop of water we can measure in the milligram, mg. This can be measured in, this can be written as gram. Okay, gram denote, we denote the gram as g here. Okay, similar you can convert the gram, 1 gram 1 gram equals to 1 into 10 to the power negative 3 kg. This is thousands, right? Okay, and milligram is same way. 1 milligram equals to 1 to 10 to the power minus 3 gram. So convert that one. So the problem is, if you have a snail, this is your snail, right? A snail with 20 milligram, convert that into kg. Yeah, just think about it. Another important measurement is time. We express the time in second. This is the standard unit of the time, and a bigger unit of time is like minutes, hours, day, year, month, week, right? We express the bigger amount, but normally in the scientific work we express the time into the second, sometimes millisecond. One milliseconds equals to 1. We express like this one. $3 seconds. If you divide the 1 second in 1,000 part, one part will represent 1 millisecond. If you divide the 1 second into the million, one part will represent the microsecond. So microsecond will be equals to 1 into negative 6 second, and nanosecond equals to 1 negative 9 second. This is very small time that the light can travel from the proton to the neutron, something like that. And the measurement of temperature. We express the temperature in centigrade, Kelvin, and Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit, centigrade, and Kelvin. And the water freezes at 0 degrees centigrade and 273 Kelvin. Water boils at 100 degrees centigrade and 373 Kelvin. So the relation between the Kelvin and centigrade equals to, the difference is also 100. Boiling and freezing is 100, and boiling and freezing is also 100. So C Kelvin equals to C plus 273. So in 27 degrees centigrade, you will have 300 Kelvin. The same way the Fahrenheit, the Fahrenheit is a different one. Like Fahrenheit, water boils at 212 Fahrenheit and freezes at 32 Fahrenheit, but the difference is 180 units of Fahrenheit equal to the 100 units in centigrade. So that's a little bit tricky. So from that you can derive that relations. 9/5 C plus 32. That is the relation. So yeah, you can easily make a relation from this boiling temperature of water and freezing temperature of water. So if you have calculate the Fahrenheit with centigrade equals to 25 degrees centigrade. What is the Fahrenheit? Can calculate. Okay, so next important measurement is amount of substance. Amount of substance, normally we measure that amount of substance in molecular level, mole. This is relatively new for you. Like in 1 mole, in how many particles in 1 mole? And this is the big number. This is called Avogadro's number. If you have a balloon with a hydrogen molecule, right, and this balloon has this much number of molecules, this is called 6.022. Let's forget about this one. 10 to the power 23 hydrogen molecules here, and this equivalent to the 1 mole. We can express, okay, how many substance we have. We have this 1 mole hydrogen inside the balloon. If you have like 12,044 into negative 23, if you have this number of hydrogen molecule, how can you say that? How many moles in this hydrogen? This is just double than this one, right? So this gonna be 2 mole of hydrogen. If you have like, so what is the relation, right? Relation, if you calculate the mole, how many mole, number of mole equals to number of particle divided by Avogadro's number. This is the fixed number. Always calculate. So calculate your, just pause. If you have a hydrogen, if you have a hydrogen with if you have a hydrogen in a box, this balloon, which is, you have like 2.06 to 10 to power 23 hydrogen in this. Calculate the mole, how many moles are here. So just pause the video and start calculating the number of mole. Another way of measuring the amount of substance is molar mass. Molar mass in your periodic table, this is the given, the molar mass is equivalent to the molecular mass or atomic mass in atom level. So this is the molar mass. So in a hydrogen molecule, how many hydrogen here? So it's gonna be 2 hydrogen. So 1.008 multiply 2 equals to 2.016 molar mass of hydrogen is expressed in gram, right? In 1 mole we have how many mole gram of hydrogen? Around 2 gram of hydrogen. So 1 mole 2 gram. If you have a bucket, this big bucket with 10 gram of hydrogen, how many moles are here? Of course this is a 5 mole. So you can express this quantity of matter in terms of the mole, right? So 5 mole of hydrogen, and you can calculate the how many number of molecules are here. Just think about it. Use this relation and this relations and this relation. This is your exercise. Okay, this is the measurement of, in physics we measure the amount of substance, temperatures, mass, length, and time. So in next video we'll be discussing the combination of the fundamental units. Thank you.